you guys? Cece back with another video. Welcome or welcome back. So what's up, you guys? My name is Cece. For those of you who don't know, we talk about productivity, our corporate careers, and just all around how to be a badass woman on this channel. So if that is something you're interested in, would love for you to stick around and subscribe. So today's video is going to be, if you have not seen from the title, our 2025 corporate career glow up guide. So I love talking about how to be successful and how to not only survive but thrive the corporate environment. I am a firm believer that everybody is not an entrepreneur, honey, myself included. I want to work for somebody, okay? I want you to tell me what to do and I want you to pay me well to get it done efficiently, all right? That is what I specialize in and that is what I help you guys with. So this is going to be your 2025 glow up guide to make sure that you are thriving in your corporate career. You're going to get that promotion that you've been looking for, okay? You're going to quit that job that you hate and find one that actually serves you, okay? That's what we're going to do in 2025. No more shitty corporate jobs. We are going to find the job that we want, that fits us, that fits our needs, that gives us the perks and benefits and pay and all of that that we are looking for, all right? Let me tell you how. So last year, 2024, I hit a major financial milestone in corporate. I actually made the most money that I have ever made by a lot, by like 40 something thousand dollars. And I just hit another milestone for myself and it was amazing. It was refreshing and it's a milestone that I've been trying to get to for a minute. So now I've set another milestone and I'm trying to see how quickly I can achieve that one. So I was inclined to make this video after I sat down and reflected on that piece and just how proud I was of myself. I started talking to some people and the sentiment was basically corporate sucks. I don't want to be in corporate. You know, my job this, my job that, all negativity. And I have found a way to make it so my job is not negative to me. The space that I'm in is very positive. I am thriving and I want that for all of you. So I have a list of do's and don'ts here that I'm going to help you play the corporate game because that's all it is a game. I don't do anything specialized. I am not an engineer. I'm not a doctor or a dentist or a lawyer. I work in human resources, specifically employee relations. So if you guys don't know, I am a senior employee relations business partner for DoorDash, and I actually really like my job. I have been in human resources for quite a while now. I think it's been, 9 years, and just love the space I'm in and love actually being that person to help people. I feel like HR gets a bad rap. Everyone hates HR. HR is the source of the entire company's problems, according to some people, but there really are some good people out there. I think there's good and bad in every profession, everywhere, and I love working in HR. It is not for everyone. I know it is a growing field that so many people are trying to break into, but it is absolutely not for everyone. We have some tough conversations and unfortunately have to make some tough decisions in partnership with the business. And I think that's kind of where the HR bad rap comes from. But just me personally, I love it. Now, I tell that story to say that again, HR isn't something that you need some sort of specialized skill in, right? I don't need to have some sort of fancy degree or certification. A certification and degree helps, but I don't have to have that. This is really a soft skills business, right? That's what this profession is. So I just learned how to play the corporate game, and now I'm going to teach you. I put together a list of 5 do's and 5 don'ts that I think you absolutely must follow in order to be successful in the corporate game. And so we're going to start to go through that list. And if you guys have any more to add, make sure you add them down below in the comment section. I'd love to start a conversation down there because I want to get us all paid. All right. We're going to be healthy, wealthy girls in 2025. So let's start with our list of don'ts. One of the things that we're not going to do is go out and get our fancy schmancy degree or another certification at the first sign of toxicity at our current job. Right? So one of the things that I hear people say all the time, and one of the things that people tell me all the time or ask me all the time is, I hate my job. I want to break into X field. Should I go back to school and get a degree? Now, again, if you want to be a lawyer, a doctor, clearly you're going to have to go back to school and get another degree. However, if you're like, I have, say I have a psychology degree and you want to break into something else. You want to break into product management. You want to break into HR. You want to break into something like that. No, you do not have to go back to school and get another degree initially. You might want to do that afterward, after you get into the field. But what if you get into the field and you hate it? Do not go out and spend a bunch of money on a bunch of degrees and certifications before you even know if this is a field that you want to be in long term. All right. Most jobs are teachable. Most things you can learn from a Google search or just from watching other people, right? In my opinion, I am very happy I got a degree. Don't get me wrong. I actually have 2 degrees. I am very happy I have both of those degrees. However, in my opinion, I have learned way more from just being on the job than those degrees at all. I can't tell you a single thing I learned in the classroom from those degrees. Not a single thing. Am I going to tell you they didn't help me at all to get these jobs and get to where I am? No. I'm not going to sit there and feed you that, because that's not true. However, I couldn't tell you a single thing I learned in the classroom from those degrees, right? All of my lessons came from on-the-job training, learning, talking to people, and actually just doing the job. So that is what we're not going to do, is run out and get some fancy degree or certification before we even know what's what. You're also not going to choose your job strictly for the paycheck. I'm a firm believer that you can make money doing whatever it is you want to do when you find the right place. You just got to be put in the right positions, or let me rephrase that. You have to put yourself in the right positions to win. So my job, the job that I currently do right now, at some companies, someone may be making $40,000, $50,000 with this same title doing what I'm doing at another company, right? I am not making $40,000 or $50,000. I am making much more than that. And I'm not saying that to brag, but I'm saying that to tell you that, again, you can make money. When I first got into HR, you know what someone told me? HR is not a position where you're going to get rich. You're not going to get rich in HR. It's cool. You can make a decent living, but you're not going to get rich in HR. And I am by no way rich, but I make more than a decent living. And so I think it's all about perspective, right? So if you really hate finance, don't choose a finance career just because you feel like it's going to make you some money. There's money to be made everywhere and anywhere. So choose something you at least decently enjoy. Don't search for jobs or promotions outside of your skill set. This is, you guys, if I had $1 for every time I looked at a resume or saw an application of someone who was not even remotely qualified, and the qualifications are very clear and they are not even remotely qualified for that job, however, they are applying for the job. Why are you wasting your time and others' time? Let me say something. I want to clarify something, because something that I preach all the time is you do not have to have 100% of the qualifications in order to apply for a job. I have never, ever, one single job had 100% of the qualifications in order to apply for the job. I will apply if I have about 70%. That's my application. That's my rate right there. If I look at a job and say, oh, this looks intriguing, and I have about 70% of those qualifications, I'm going to apply. Sometimes I hear back, sometimes I don't. And that's the name of the game. It's all a numbers game. But if there is something that is completely outside of your skill set, outside of the qualifications, don't apply, because you're just wasting other people's time. And especially if it's an internal job at a company you're already at, and you're just applying for job after job after job that have nothing to do with your skill set, have nothing to do with the degrees that you do have or the certs that you do have or your background or qualifications, what you're going to do is irritate that recruiter and that hiring manager on the other end. And you know what they're going to say when they see your name? Oh, this person applies for everything. I'm not even going to look at it. This person applies for everything. Why am I looking at it? They are not qualified. And you're going to get locked out of opportunities simply because of that. Wait on the opportunities. They will come. Or go out and seek another opportunity. There are plenty of opportunities in all of our skill sets out there ready to go. All right, so our fourth don't is don't burn bridges, you guys. Do not burn bridges. Corporate world is so small. And even if you're working in another state, in another industry, I feel like if you've been working for long enough, you are bound to run into somebody who knows somebody that you worked for. And they are able to get in contact with that person and ask them about your work ethic and how you did. I will tell you, the job I have now, the hiring manager actually reached out to someone I worked with, not on my last job, but the job before, because they ended up working at this company as well. And so, like, the world is so small. And I had no idea this person was here, by the way. But the world is so small. Now, had I had a tumultuous relationship with that person or done something to burn that bridge, I may not be here in the position that I am right now. So just remember that. The world is tiny, and you will run into somebody who knows somebody who knows somebody who knows somebody, especially in this world of remote work. So keep that in mind. The last don't, which probably should have been my first don't be humble. We are not humble in corporate. The world wants to humble us. And when I say us, I mean Black women. The world wants to humble us. You are not humble in corporate America. You are showing everybody what you can do. You are handling things with ease, efficiently, and effectively. That is how you work. So if somebody asks you what projects you're working on, if somebody asks you what you're doing or what ideas you have, you're speaking up. Okay, we're talking in those meetings. All right, we're getting our ideas out there, and we are making sure people know that we're the ones who said it, that this was our idea, and we're the ones that are pushing this needle and moving this needle forward. Okay, we are not humble in corporate America at all. That is the quickest way to not get what you want. Let's talk about what we are going to do for 2025. So all of our do's, you know how I just said we're not going to be humble? Okay, opposite to that is working loudly. You are going to work loudly in 2025. That means everybody knows, again, what type of projects you're working on. Everyone knows what you want your next move to be. If you're like, look, my next move, I want to be in my boss's seat. How do you get there? How do you let people know strategically that that's what you want? So when your boss leaves or gets promoted or whatever, that your name is the first name that pops into somebody's mind. How do you strategically let people know that? How do you let your boss know so they can recommend you? How do you talk to your boss and say, look, I realize you're not going anywhere right now. However, I'm looking at that seat. Like, that's the next position that I want to occupy. And so can you help me? Everything that you do that you can show me, I'd love to know. I'd love to shadow you a couple days a week. I ask them questions, pick their brain, make sure that people know your intentions. I feel like we try to work too silently these days. I hear it all the time. Don't tell people your goals. Don't tell people your dreams. Y'all know I'm the first person to tell you guys what I'm doing and what I'm working on. One, it holds a sense of accountability to me. So when you tell somebody else, automatically, now if you don't do what you're supposed to do, you're like, man, I done told these people, I done got them all excited, and I ain't did what I was supposed to do. Let me get my ass up. Like, automatically, that's the feeling for me, right? And then two, if nobody knows you're interested, nobody knows you're interested. So if I have a position open and one person has come to me about that position, they've been talking to me about it, I've seen them get ready for it, I've seen them do the legwork and do the extra projects or whatever it is that they've been doing, and the other person hasn't said a word and they're just kind of nonchalant about it, I don't think they want the position. I want who wants the position to be in the position. And that's what you want to position yourself for. In 2025, you are going to make a list of all of your transferable skills. This is mostly for my girlies who want to pivot industries. However, this is for everyone. I want you to make a list of all of your transferable skills to that set industry, or just make a list of some of your best transferable assets. If you're not looking to switch industries, make a list of some of your best transferable assets with some examples of how you demonstrated that in the past, some work examples of how you've demonstrated that in the past. So for my girls who want to switch industries, you guys want to switch companies, maybe you're in HR, now you want to be in finance, now you want to be in product management or project management or whatever the case. If that's what you want to do, make a list of transferable skills that transfer to that specific job or industry, so you are ready when people ask you questions, people ask you interview questions, or on your resume, you can quickly put together a really good resume, a solid resume that really showcases your skills in relation to that new industry. And for all of my girlies who like, I'm good, I don't need to make a move, you want to make sure you always have a list of your strongest assets because of what we just talked about, working loudly, making sure that your name is the first name that pops into someone's mind when a new promotion or opportunity comes up, right? So you want to make sure if someone comes to you today and say, hey, I've been thinking about you for this project, and it's a project you really want, right? And they come to you and they say, I've been thinking about you for this project. Why would you be good for it? Tell me why you would be a good fit for this project. You can rattle it off just like that, right? You can have all of those answers at your fingertips because this is what I've done, because these are the things that I have already proven and shown at this company. No one else is going to have a list of stuff that you've done, okay? No one remembers what you've done because they don't care about you. It's not about you. Everyone's just trying to make it so they're not the next person fired or laid off and they're doing a great job. No one's thinking about you. And I think sometimes we get that confused and we're like, man, my boss was supposed to advocate for me. My boss was supposed to do this. My mentor was supposed to say that. No, they weren't. That's your job to have that ready to go when someone asks those questions. That is your job to advocate for yourself. All right, so we're going to make this list of all these transferable skills. Where do we keep these skills? Babes, we keep them in our brag doc, okay? So in 2025, you will have a brag doc. You will have a brag doc. I don't care what format you make this brag doc, okay? It can be a Google Doc. Mine is a nice little put together Google Doc. It can be whatever you want it to be. I had a OneNote doc before. I've had a Word doc before. I've seen people make brag docs in Canva now. You can just use Apple Notes on your phone and jot down some things on your phone, like whatever you want. The brag doc should consist of praise that you've gotten on a project or work that you've done from a cross-functional partner or your superior or peers or anything like that. So you want to make sure you have that on there. The brag doc should consist of like samples of your work, like different projects that you've led or even participated in, but how did you make the impact? Like that's what you want to have on there. And then I just take 5 minutes a week and jot down some of the core things that I got done that week. I take 5 minutes every single Friday. I have it on my calendar and I literally jot down in my doc, week of such and such and such and such. This is what I did this week. And so for me, I work in employee relations and we have different cases that we have to resolve. So I jot down how many cases I resolved that week and anything significant to note, anything that like a fire that I put out or something that I stopped before it even started. I make sure all of that is in my brag doc for the week. And that just helps me keep track of things that I am doing because you will easily forget when it comes time, December, when it comes time to write your self-evaluation for your annual evaluation at work, and it comes time to write that self-evaluation. I was always the person that was sitting there like, I don't know what to write. I don't remember what I did in January, February, but I accomplished so much. That is something to be said, and you need to make sure you're remembering those points. The next thing you're going to do in 2025 is get the right people on your support team. These are people who will mention your name in rooms that you are not in yet, okay? Those are the type of people that you want on your support team. You want maybe a peer, someone at your same level, someone above your level, right? And then you also maybe want a cross-functional partner that is in another function of the business that can vouch for you. So get people on your support team that if asked will say, yeah, she's the person for the job. Yeah, she can get it done. Promoter? Absolutely. I would love to see what she can do in a different capacity. Those are the type of people you want on your support team. You also want those people to be honest with you and let you know when there is something that you can improve or step up. How do you make yourself better? How do you make yourself more available to your client groups? How are you able to get more things done more efficiently? Ask those questions to the people on your support team and let them answer honestly so that you can continue to improve throughout 2025 and beyond. And last but not least, you are going to evaluate your situation annually, okay? So is this job still making me happy? Is this company still making me happy? Am I being paid fairly and correctly still? Like, you want to make sure all of those questions are being answered. Okay, are you being fulfilled by your corporate position? And I don't mean is it fulfilling all of your dreams and goals, because that's not what your corporate job is for. You work the job so you can get compensated. But do you thoroughly hate the job? If you thoroughly hate the job, hate waking up, you have hives getting out of bed or the Sunday scaries every single Sunday, then I think it's time to put some of these things in practice and make a move. But just make sure you are evaluating that annually and more frequently if you need to make sure that you are still happy and you're still in the right space for your life. Life comes at you so fast, and sometimes you look up and you're like, man, I should have left this situation a long time ago. So don't let that be you. Get out when it's time to get out. All right, y'all, I've been yapping for so long. I hope this video was helpful for you. We will have a lot more career glow up videos coming up in 2025 because, again, we are all going to be healthy and wealthy girls in 2025. And that is whether you have a corporate career or you want to be an entrepreneur. Obviously, we're going to focus on our corporate careers and how to be happy and thrive in that space. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope this video was helpful and entertaining for you. I love you. And as always, I'll talk to you in the next video. Bye.